Alright, so I got a crazy case for y'all today. Today we're going to be covering the bizarre case of the missing Hoggle kids. Alright, so Catherine Hoggle started dating Troy Anderson, and not long after dating, she became pregnant with their first child. Now, their first child name is not disclosed, and I understand why, because of how crazy this case is. But right after having their first child, he started noticing things about Catherine. He noticed she started being very paranoid. Every time they went somewhere, she'll be looking behind her, telling him that people are watching her. But he really thought nothing of it because he thought maybe this just like postpartum, or maybe she's just going through something. So they date for a little while, but they never get married because it wasn't really serious to Troy. But they continued dating, and she got pregnant again and had Sarah. And not long after that, she had Jacob. So now they have 3 kids. So Catherine's mental health doesn't get better over the years. And so Troy and Catherine's parents come up with a plan to try to make their lives a little bit more easier and comfortable. So they decide that Catherine cannot stay alone with the kids, and Catherine is not to take the kids anywhere. And if she is taking the kids somewhere, her parents have to be with her, or Troy has to be with her. That was the plan. Like, they didn't go against that. That was for the safety of the kids, and just for a peace of mind, and I can understand that. So after coming up with this plan that Catherine does not supposed to take the kids anywhere, everything goes smoothly, but Catherine is still showing signs of instability. So on the night of Sunday, September 7, 2014, everything was going smooth, and Troy had to go to work. Well, Troy usually drops Catherine and the kids off at her parents' house, or the parents will come to their house and help her with the kids because Catherine couldn't stay by herself. So this particular Sunday night, Troy reports that they had a great night. He said he took the kids out. They had snow cones. Everything was just going perfect. So he says he dropped the kids off and Catherine at her parents' house, and he went to work. Well, while Troy's at work, Catherine goes to her dad, Randy, and says she wants to go out and get pizza. Now, this is where you need to really pay attention, because Randy does something that would change their lives forever. Catherine asks Randy if she could take Jacob for pizza. Now, Randy tells Catherine that she can. I don't know why, because this plan has been in place for years. She's not supposed to take the kids anywhere alone. But why Randy made the decision to let Catherine not only drive his car, but take Jacob somewhere by herself, we don't know till this day. But Catherine leaves, goes off with Jacob, comes back 3 hours later, no Jacob. So her father, Randy, is like, okay, where's Jacob? When you left, you had Jacob. She tells her father that she dropped Jacob off at a friend's house for a play date. Now, the problem with this is Jacob was only 2 years old when this was happening. So what play date do you drop a 2-year-old off at? I know now times are different. Like, kids get out, they play, they have play dates. But for your daughter to have mental health issues, and she's not even supposed to be with the kids, why would you let her not only take Jacob, but come back without Jacob? So he buys this. I don't know why, but Randy buys this. And him, Catherine, and Sarah, and the oldest son. So you remember I told you they had an older son. So Randy, Catherine, Sarah, the daughter, and the oldest son, they drive back to Catherine's house. Now, the granddad ended up spending the night with Catherine and the kids because, she can't stay by herself, which at this point, why does it matter? Because you let her run off. Anyway, so Catherine, her dad, Randy, Sarah, and her oldest son, they all get in the car and they drive back to Catherine's house. Now, Randy and Catherine's mom, they're thinking Jacob is at a play date, which I don't know why they believe this, but they're thinking that Jacob is at a play date. So they go back to Catherine's house not knowing where Jacob is. So they go to Catherine's house. The dad goes to sleep. Sarah goes to sleep. The oldest son goes to sleep. And Troy ends up coming home. Now, this is where things get strange. When Troy comes home, he says Catherine met him in the driveway. She met him saying that she needed to go run errands, or it was something that she needed to do. So Troy was like, he was tired. He didn't really feel like it because he just got off work, but he knows Catherine can't really drive by herself. So he decided to take Catherine to some stores and, to run a couple errands. Now, the problem with this is when Troy gets back home, he's too tired to even check on the kids. So Catherine is telling him that the kids are asleep, her dad is asleep, and Troy just goes in the other room and goes to sleep. Now, Troy will regret this decision for the rest of his life. So the next morning, Troy wakes up, he gets his oldest son up, and his oldest son comes in and says, "Dad, where's Sarah, where's Jacob?" So then Troy looks around and realizes Catherine is gone and his keys and his wallet is gone. So he tries not to panic in front of his 5-year-old. He gets the five-year-old ready. He puts the 5-year-old on the bus. And while he's in the process of calling the police, Catherine pulls up in his car. So Troy is like, okay, where's Sarah? Where's Jacob? Now, need I remind you, Troy still does not know that Jacob was not there that night. Troy is thinking that Jacob was in the room with Sarah asleep. Troy had no idea that the night before, when he came home from work, Catherine had dropped Jacob off at a play date. So Troy is thinking when Catherine pulls up, she has Sarah and Jacob in the car. And in reality, she has not one of the kids in the car. Catherine tells Troy she enrolled the kids in daycare and she dropped them off. So Troy feels like, okay, yeah, we were going to enroll the kids in daycare, but why would you do it on your own? Catherine just says, oh, well, it's just something that I wanted to do. Now, we're going to stop right here because this is so many red flags. This is why I have so many problems with this story. Because for one, when you got off work, if you know your wife suffers from mental health issues, why wouldn't you just for 2 seconds go in their house and just check and make sure your kids are alive? Because from what I'm hearing in this story and from what I researched, Catherine did a lot of things that was just very scary. Like she did some things that she shouldn't have been left alone with the kids. She really shouldn't have been in the house with the kids. She should have been getting mental help. But I know we all are human. We all make mistakes. So I'm trying not to judge Troy in this situation because I know his loss is deeper than the whole story. All right, so after Catherine pulls up with no kids in the car, she then tells Troy she has to go to classes, which Catherine was taking some type of classes. And Troy agrees to take her to the classes. She tells Troy, okay, Troy, take me to the classes. After the classes, you pick me up. I'll take you to the daycare, no problem. So Troy's like, okay, she just seemed completely honest. Troy said she didn't seem like she was having like a mental breakdown. She didn't seem like she was lying. Then you guys have to understand, this is their mom. Even though she do suffer from mental illness, Troy probably felt like she wouldn't do anything to harm them in that kind of way. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like they didn't want her left alone with the kids as a precaution, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here and feel like as a parent, maybe Troy just had like a sense of trust, in Catherine that we didn't see or that her parents didn't see or whoever. So, Troy waits till Catherine gets out of class and he picks her up. Well, this is where the story gets completely bizarre. So after he picked Catherine up for class, Catherine takes Troy on a wild goose chase. She takes him to daycares all over town saying that, oh, I lost the daycare. I don't know which daycare it is. I forgot which daycare it was. Until the point where Troy says, look, you need to take me to where the kids are or I'm calling the police. So she agrees. She says, okay, I'll take you to where the kids are, but I need to stop and get some coffee or some soda, some type of caffeine because the medicine that I take makes me sleepy. Troy agrees. He takes her to Chick-fil-A. They go in together. Catherine gets something to drink, but then she tells Troy she has to use the bathroom. Now, unknowingly, when Catherine went into the bathroom, she was trying to call a cab to come get her. Troy didn't know this. So when Catherine comes out of the bathroom, she tells Troy she needs a refill. Troy says, okay, I'm going to wait for you in the car. You get your refill. You come on, let's go to the kids. Troy waits. Minutes go by. He goes in to look for Catherine, and Catherine is gone. She vanished. No trace at all. So Catherine vanished, nowhere to be found. Troy quickly calls the police and tells them what's going on. So when the police pulls up, Catherine's parents pull up. That's when Troy learns that Jacob is missing as well. See, Troy did not know that Jacob went to a play date the night before, but when Catherine's mom pulls up, she tells Troy she's also been riding around town looking for these daycares because Catherine told her the same thing. Now, why the mom did not communicate this to Troy, I have no idea. It's like this strange dynamic going on between the families. But like I said, I feel like if you guys knew that she was this sick, that she should have never been with the kids. She should have been in a mental hospital. But we're past that. So she tells Troy that she's been looking for the kids all day as well. Like Catherine told her the same thing. So Troy is furious. He's mad because not only is her parents keeping stuff from her, when Troy first met Catherine, he had no idea of her mental illness. The parents kept it from him. So Troy feels like the parents are keeping information from him that's very important. It's detrimental to him and the kids because now just them lying about her mental health and lying to him about things, this all took place.
Well, you can see that the easel is up still here with the pictures of the missing people, and we want to get them up on the screen digitally right away. That's really what police want people to see right now, is the pictures of this woman and the children. The mother is 27 years old. Her name is Catherine Hoggle. A 3-year-old girl, Sarah Hoggle. A 2-year-old boy, Jacob Hoggle. All of them missing. Now, they've gone missing at different times, and that's one of the reasons there is tremendous concern.
So after the police find out about everything that's going on, they start searching for Catherine. They start searching for the kids. But the search for Catherine was a little bit more important because they felt like if they found Catherine, they could find the kids. The quicker they found Catherine, the quicker they would find the kids. Y'all, they looked everywhere. They was even telling people search your backyards, look for holes in your backyards because somebody could have buried them somewhere. They're thinking like maybe something, it just did not seem right. It just was bizarre how one child went missing, the next day another child went missing, and now the mom is missing. So police go to buildings around the area and they look at the surveillance around the Chick-fil-A. That's when they see Catherine going in and out of buildings, just looking suspicious, looking around. But the crazy thing is this was at 4:30 a.m. And this was also 12 hours after the Chick-fil-A incident. So 12 hours after she left Chick-fil-A, she was still in the area, probably watching them search for her. You know what I'm saying? So 5 days after Catherine goes missing, the police get a tip. Well, really, the police get a breakthrough. Somebody that saw Catherine on a wanted poster ended up seeing her in public. They called the police, and police came out and they saw Catherine. Now, when they went there, Catherine had changed her entire appearance. She had cut her hair. She was trying to make herself look different. But the bizarre thing, now this is why I titled this The Bizarre Case. Y'all, the bizarre thing is Catherine was holding the wanted poster with her picture on it and the kid's picture on it. So Catherine knew that everybody was searching for her. Now, this is what really made police think that the kids were no longer alive, because what were you hiding? Why are you here but the kids are not with you? So Catherine is taken down to the police station and questioned by police, but Catherine refuses to tell the police where the kids are. So the police called Troy to the police station, and Troy is thinking like, okay, they found the kids, they found Catherine. But in reality, Catherine would not talk to him at all. When Troy walked into the police station, Catherine looked at him and said, "What are you doing here?" But Troy was just like, she seemed so calm. She seemed just a normal person. She didn't seem like she was having a mental breakdown. That's when Troy's feelings toward Catherine completely changed. From this day on, Troy did not trust anything she did. He did not have her back, and all he cared about was the whereabouts of his kids. Catherine refused to tell them, so police had her charged with misdemeanors like involving the disappearance of the kids. They couldn't charge her with murder because there were no bodies. So she's charged with these misdemeanors, and the whole time her mom is eerily saying that she thinks the kids are safe. That stuck out to me like a sore thumb, because you know Catherine has an illness. You know Catherine took the kids and put them somewhere. Why would you say you think the kids are safe unless you knew something else that nobody else knew? I feel like Catherine's mom knows way more than she's telling police or Troy.
Still believe that Sarah and Jacob are out there, as Catherine says they are. So I think we just have to keep working on it.
So after being charged with these misdemeanors, Catherine is then committed to Clifton Perkins Mental Hospital, where she has an evaluation, and they find her incompetent to stand charges every time she goes to court. Now, Troy feels like this is crazy. He says he feels like Catherine knows exactly what she's doing, and he feels like either Catherine killed the kids or she knows where the kids are. But Troy starts to lean more and more towards he thinking that Catherine really killed these kids. Troy feels like Catherine does not want to tell where the kids are because she wants to hurt Troy. For some reason or another, she does not want Troy or her parents around the kids. Now, she does suffer from paranoia, so this could be like a side effect of whatever issues she's dealing with, making her believe that Troy or her mom will hurt the kids. Or something might have happened that we don't know with Troy, or something might have happened with the parents that we don't know. We don't know why Catherine did what she did. So after being found incompetent to stand charges on the misdemeanor charges, prosecutors then go ahead and move forward with the murder charges. Now, the thing with the murder charges is, because of the fact that Catherine has mental illness, if these murder charges don't stick within 5 years, her lawyer can appeal to have these charges dismissed as well. Well, her 5 years was coming up, and her lawyer just this past summer tried to throw in an appeal to have the charges dismissed, but a judge overruled. And I'm so happy that a judge overruled, because Catherine does not need to be out. Until Catherine tells us where the kids are, she does not need to be out. She's not sane. And I mean, she just doesn't need to be out. Catherine is still institutionalized. She is not in an actual jail, prison. She's institutionalized in a mental hospital. The way I feel about this case is, I think that the kids are alive. I know y'all like, oh my God, you think the kids are alive? I think the kids are alive, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I feel like Sarah and Jacob are alive is because if Catherine suffers from that much mental illness, how did she take the kids somewhere? Or if she did murder them, how did she murder the kids, hide a body, and do all that fast? You understand what I'm saying? You have to think about, and not only that fast, that well, to the point where thousands of people were out searching for these kids and they could not find them anywhere. So trained professionals were out searching for the kids and they're nowhere to be found. That's why I feel like Catherine sold the kids. I think that she sold the kids because she was not able to be with the kids on her own. And I feel like Catherine thought that she would maybe beat the case, and I felt like she was going to leave Troy and probably go off and run off wherever the kids are at. I think the kids are alive. You know, it just really makes me feel like if she's so incapable of doing this or incapable of doing that, what makes people think she was smart enough to devise this evil plan to ask Troy to go to the store and do this and do that and murder the kids? Where's the weapon? It's just no trace of anything. The kids left nothing behind. She left no trace. I feel like Catherine sold the kids. And I'm sorry I have to say that. She sold the kids. And I think I don't know if they're safe. I'm not going to say that. I hope that they're safe. But I feel like she sold the kids. And I feel like once she got out of the hospital, she probably was going to go off with the kids or wherever the kids are at. Now, as far as Catherine's parents, something does not sit right in my spirit about her parents. Because why would the dad allow her to go somewhere with the son alone? Now, let's go back to maybe murder. Now, if Catherine did murder the kids, who helped her? It's no way she could have got away with that on her own. So did the parents help her? Because you got to think about it. If Randy and Catherine's mom knew that she was not supposed to be alone with the kids, why would you let her take the kids somewhere? And why, when she came back without Jacob, you didn't call Troy immediately? Like, the whole story just does not make sense. Even down, I've worked long nights. I've been tired. But I check on my kids. I've never not checked on my kids. So my thing is, for you to come in the house, for Troy, for you to come in the house, not even look at the kids, and then wake up the next morning, and the only way you notice the kids was gone is because your 5-year-old said, hey, Sarah and Jacob is not in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't add up. Now, she's still in jail, and I don't think she's getting out no time soon. But comment below, where do you think the kids are? I want you to comment a pink heart for Sarah and a blue heart for Jacob, because we still don't know where the kids are, and they need to be found immediately. If you know anything, any information in the disappearance of Sarah and Jacob, please don't hesitate to call the police, call investigators. This case is based in Montgomery County, Maryland. So if you know anything, or if anybody knows Catherine, or if Catherine has told anyone anything, don't hesitate to tell what you know, because these kids are still missing and they're out there somewhere. Even dead or alive, they need to be found. If they're dead, they need a proper burial. And if they're alive, they need to be reunited with their family. Comment below, what do you think happened to the kids? Do you think the kids are alive, or do you think Catherine murdered the kids? Alright, so that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to try to post every Tuesday. That's what I'm aiming for. Tuesdays are going to be my post days. So please subscribe to my channel, y'all, and hit the notification bell. I got almost 5,000 followers. I'm trying to get 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of September. So subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Bye.